Dilbert creator and right-wing nut Scott Adams just made a stunning announcement, one which is seeing him backpedal on some of his previous claims. Kinda. Welcome back to Occupied Democrats. I'm David Reddish. Anyone who read comic strips in the 1990s knows Dilbert, the popular cartoon that lampooned white-collar and office life. As created by Scott Adams, the Adventures of Dilbert commented on all aspects of office culture and the rising role of technology in daily life. By the 2020s, however, Dilbert had been mostly forgotten, overshadowed by the incendiary claims of his creator. Scott Adams earned a reputation for sexism, as when he thought having Hillary Clinton as a president would hurt men, or comments on race like these.
So if nearly half of all blacks are not okay with white people, according to this poll, not according to me, according to this poll, that's a hate group. That's a hate group. And I don't want to have anything to do with them. And I would say, based on the current way things are going, the best advice I would give to white people is to get the hell away from black people. Just get the fuck away. Wherever you have to go, just get away. Because there's no fixing this. This can't be fixed. Right? This can't be fixed. You just have to escape. So that's what I did. I went to a neighborhood where, I have a very low black population. Because unfortunately, there's a high correlation between the density. And this is according to Don Lemon, by the way. So here I'm just quoting Don Lemon when he notes that when he lived in a mostly black neighborhood, there were a bunch of problems that he didn't see in white neighborhoods. So even Don Lemon sees a big difference in your own quality of living based on where you live and who's there. So I think it makes no sense whatsoever as a white citizen of America to try to help black citizens anymore. It doesn't make sense. It's no longer a rational impulse. And so I'm gonna back off from being helpful to black America because it doesn't seem like it pays off.
Ugh. My teeth hurt watching clips like this. And the story gets even weirder. Stay with me here. Scott Adams totally mischaracterizes race relations in that clip and overlooks the fact that historically, wealthy white folks like Mr. Adams have actively repressed African Americans. So naturally, some black people are going to have anxieties about some white folks, but that is hardly the reason to stop helping black people or refer to them as a hate group or abandoning calls for racial justice or throwing out racial slurs. Adams further blames the cancellation of Dilbert and the animated series on black people, as the network that aired it, UPN, wanted to focus on a black audience. At least, according to Scott Adams. Which in no way sounds like a racial grievance. Since drifting into podcasting, Adams has also made numbskull claims such as saying that ivermectin could shrink cancerous tumors, that vaccinated people are more likely to contract COVID-19, that masks did not help stop the spread of the virus, and that parents should kill their sons. Like, seriously. Now Adams has made another shocking revelation, one concurrent with other recent political headlines. Take a look.
I have the same cancer that Joe Biden has. So I also have prostate cancer that has also spread to my bones. But I've had it longer than he's had it. Well, longer than he's admitted having it. So my life expectancy is maybe this summer. I expect to be checking out from this domain sometime this summer. You might ask yourself, is it possible that he was not showing signs in August of 2024, but that between then and now, that he not only showed signs, but that it had spread to his bones? And the answer is, yeah, that's possible. I was making a big deal online about the claims that ivermectin and fenbendazole are a cure for this exact condition. Well, in case you're wondering, I did try that. And I did try it with the assistance of the doctor, who's the famous doctor, Dr. Mackes. And it wasn't that I believed it would work. It was just that there wasn't much downside risk. So with my doctor's, blessing, he didn't think it would work, of course, and it didn't work at all.
Okay, look. Even given all the vile things Scott Adams has said over the years, and despite our political differences, it is really hard to be angry with someone announcing a cancer diagnosis. More to the point, Adams makes an interesting point, one relevant to the recent announcement that President Joe Biden has an aggressive form of prostate cancer himself. For all the right-wing backhanded sympathy, essentially wishing Biden well while then claiming he knew he had cancer while president and deliberately hid his condition in some elaborate conspiracy, Adams points out that tests can miss early signs of prostate cancer. Furthermore, we know Biden has an aggressive form of cancer. It's wholly possible that it only developed in the past 6 months and has grown at an incredible rate. That may be hard to wrap your head around, but consider that some forms of aggressive cancer are actually immortal. Much of the tissue used today in human testing dates back to a single woman named Henrietta Lacks, who had a form of cancer so aggressive it would regenerate multiple times before the cells would actually die, in essence, making it immortal. Though major controversy surrounds Miss Lack's case, as well as how doctors handled samples of her tumor, that's another report for another time. She made an incredible contribution to the human race. But back to Biden and Adams. Prostate cancer is very dangerous for men, and both the cases of Biden and Adams, they have confirmed that it has metastasized, giving them a survival rate of between 30 and 40% according to current statistics. Adams' comments suggest his is at a stage where he has limited treatment options as well. With that in mind, please join me in wishing both men the best and hopes for a full and speedy recovery. Our thoughts and prayers will be with you both, gentlemen. This is Occupy Democrats.